This morning is simply too beautiful not to go and film on this location. And I also had a story that I promised to tell you what happened last time when I went down here for filming, where I almost lost the drone. So this is the Faro Bridge. It's a very, very popular location. I don't know if it's a popular location, but it's being used very often in television shows and such. So I thought for a while back that I would go down here and film some stock footage, because I had success in the past actually selling footage from this location. So right now we are recording in 4K 30 FPS, and the footage is underexposed with 0.7 stop, and I've used a ND16 filter here in the morning. Let's just position the bridge the right way here and fly a little bit in this direction. We want to keep the movements slow and boring so I can talk about what happened here last time when I went here. So basically what happened was that while filming this, it was very, very windy. So the battery, that was declining pretty fast while I was doing this. And I was trying to record everything with the screen recorder and with the DJI mic set and everything, so I kind of let you in on the process. But at some point, I was starting to get into problems. But before I will tell you what happened, I came to the conclusion when I got back and got to review the footage that I actually forgot to turn on the screen recorder. And the problem with that was, what is going on now? Hey, stay still. So it's drifting a little bit when I let go of the sticks. I haven't seen that before. So it can just stay there for a second. So when I got back to the car and I was going to review whatever I recorded, I noticed that I didn't turn on the screen recorder, and I haven't enabled the local recording on the device. So there was no audio tracks, no screen recordings with audio or anything. I was here in the middle of this bridge section here that there was low battery. So I thought I better to be safe than sorry and start to head back to the shore. But I was maybe around 80 meters like this, I am right now, but the drone wouldn't move forward. I was in normal mode, I had 25% battery left, and the drone would not move forward because of the wind situation. And then you say, okay, you always say that you should fly out against the wind and then return so you don't have to fight the wind on the way back. So I flew out against my own advice here. So, but that happens sometimes, for sure. So when the drone was not moving, I was kind of thinking, okay, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I knew it was wind that was going to be a problem. I was not very sure that I had enough power to make it back to the shore. And I could just see that the power was going down, 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 down. I considered flying to the other shore over here. But the problem with that strategy is that if you do that, it's not very easy to access the drone. If I had to land it on the shore over there, it would be very tough for me to get it. So I had to make some rough calls. I actually at one point considered maybe flying towards the bridge. Maybe I could land it onto somewhere there. But this is a highway, so you don't want your drone anywhere near the highway. That could cause a lot of problems. So I took the only option that I could think of, and that was basically to flick the drone into sport mode, lower the altitude, and then fly towards the shore. So I was trying to aim for this parking lot here. That was where I was parked the last time. So I was waiting there on the shore to get the drone back. So when I was around, I don't know, I had maybe 350 meters left before I was in safe haven, at least over land. The drone hit the 10% battery mark. And for those of you that know what happens if you get to that point is that the drone will start to auto-descend. And it was still over open water and it was still moving very, very slow. So I actually had written off the drone at that point. Said, this will never gonna make it. But again, if you panic, you definitely are certain that you will lose it. So I decided not to panic, even though I was panicking a little bit on the inside. One thing that you know if you have been flying for a long time is that, and been flying on low battery, is that even though the drone starts to auto descent, you can basically force it up by just pulling up the sticks. It will still continue to hover. But you need to pull up the stick all the time to keep it there. So I thought if I did that and pushed forward, I could make it to shore. At least in that way, I could go and pick up the drone in case that it crashed over land. And then maybe I could get DJI to fix it for me. When I replay the logs here, it was very, very close. I managed to get it over land and I landed it at exactly 0% battery left. So I was really, really pumped up and I thought I had a great video to show you guys. It's always nice to have stuff like that to share here on the channel. Because stuff happens when you're out there, and even though I can tell you all sorts of stuff that you need to take care of when you go out filming, you will end in unforeseen situations. And it's important to show you that these can be handled, at least if you keep calm and make rational decisions. There was one of you that mentioned in the comments because I was talking about this new academy that I have founded, the First Drone Academy, that is going to teach you a lot of this stuff that I'm doing here on the channel in a more like a structured way. He was mentioning that if I was going to teach you good flying practice while sitting in my car and flying, and I could kind of see his point. And of course it's not ideal to sit in the car to do the filming, because the car is one big Faraday cage and it could cause a lot of problems. I even have problems when I'm standing out here with the reception of the drone. I usually do it not to be a smartass or not to do anything, but it's more practical for me to sit in the car when I'm recording videos for you guys. In case you're interested in learning more about this academy that I've founded, I'll make sure to leave links in the description below so you can go check it out. So now you got the story how I almost lost my drone and landed it on the shore with 0% battery left. Have you had any similar experiences? Then let me know in the comments below. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give a like. If you did like it, feel free to press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you around.